Hey guys, Tuxx here, and as you guys know, I've been working very hard this week trying to get the complete collection of McDonald's Pokemon toys. Some McDonald's are pretty cool, and you can actually just go in and say, hey, I want a set, and they'll dig you up a full set. Other McDonald's, are like, oh, we only have this one or that one or whatever, and I can tell you from people I've spoken to, including McDonald's employees that don't live on my island, it is kind of a little shenanigan-y, because McDonald's, they get shipped all their toys at one time. So pretty much all the McDonald's have all the toys from the very get-go, okay? But it's kind of a matter of, you know, are the employees wanting to dig them up? Maybe they're purposely wanting to not dig them up to cause people to come back over and over again. You know, it's from a business standpoint, that's probably the best thing to do. But from a customer service standpoint, it's probably better to actually just let people buy the full set. Anyway, so with that all being said, the very first attempt was I got this one here, a cute little Pikachu. This is number 1. And Pikachu, if you've not seen my video, be sure to check out the other video. But it has a cool translucent tail. And mine's actually defective. When you roll it, it doesn't want to spark up very well. I've had people suggest different things, but I've tried it on the floor, I've tried it on a hard table, and it doesn't seem like something is weird in the mechanism here where it doesn't want to roll. I can occasionally get a little spark to show, but basically it's supposed to spark up in the tail here to show his electric powers. And so that's the deal on Pikachu, but really cool toy, and I really love this. Even though mine was a little defective, I still think it's pretty awesome and highly recommend picking up this one. Okay, next up. What a lot of people, including myself, say, at least so far, the ones I've seen, this is my favorite figure from the 2015 Pokemon toys. It's super detailed, looking very good. His movement is kind of like just move the hand here, and this will like do kind of a head shaking, arm waving kind of motion, but just very cool, nice and big. Look how thick that thing is. He is a very fine looking figure, and I am totally into this. So I'd recommend, if you get a chance to get number 2, this is number 2 for you. Okay, number 3. I got on a separate video. So I got the first 2 on the first night I was trying. It was probably Monday. They've been out for a couple days, but the first attempt, if you will. The second attempt, they actually did have the next 2, okay? And those 2, oh wait, I'm actually missing some. Wow, okay, I'm gonna have to grab a few more here. The next 2 are this one here, and this is looking really good. This is kind of like a squirt gun kind of thing here, and you just pull the tail, and you can hear the noise. Basically, you can cause it to squirt water, which is quite appropriate for a water-type Pokemon. And again, this is number 3. I do have some backups in package here, so Kyogre's looking good. The cards are random, but anyway, that is pack number 3. Okay, and then moving along to pack number 4. This is what this looks like in the bag. Very cool. And of course that's Lugia, and we have Lugia right here. And Lugia is one of the more basic ones. He has like an arm flapping or hugging motion, which is pretty cool. And digging the articulation, you can move the head, you can move the feet, the tail can spin a little bit. It's got some cool movement to it. It doesn't really do a whole lot besides the hand flapping thing, so compared to the sparking Pikachu, I don't know if it has quite the pizzazz, you know, but it's still pretty cool, and I'd recommend picking it up. In fact, so far I've loved all these toys, and I'd highly recommend getting the full set. Okay, so this is video 1, this is video number 2, and now for tonight's video, I have the complete set. They were a little weird. I did talk to a different manager, and he let me pick up a set of, he'd only let me buy 2 of each of the ones I needed. He wouldn't let me buy more. He's like, oh, limit 2, and I was kind of like, oh man, like, but I was happy getting the ones in case they run out or something. I was happy at least making sure that I had some of each, so I was pretty cool with that. And so we have the rest of the set here. And there's what we have 4 that I've not shown so far. And let me grab the other 2. We'll be right back. Okay, so bag number 5 I got last night. And this is, of course, the mighty Rayquaza, which is a really cool Pokemon. Pokemon Center New York have some really good like plushies of Rayquaza, and you can probably buy them online too. But this is bag number 5. And I got a couple of these, and we're going to open up one right now. So let's see what we have. I'm not going to be too particular about how to save the plastic, because this one here is definitely one to open. Now sometimes I've had people say, hey Tuxx, why'd you buy so many? Typically this is the type of situation where I like to buy 1 to open, and I like to keep 1 sealed, and then I keep 1 for trade, as long as I can get 3, you know. We'll show the card here first. Hopefully I can gracefully get into this. In fact, I guess I will need my scissors. Okay, let's see if we can gracefully cut into this without damaging the card. Now, I've been told these are random, so it can be a little bit challenging to get the full set. So far, I've not gotten any duplicates. Oh, and I just got a duplicate. Okay, this is Pikachu. Pikachu's looking super awesome. Very shiny, very cool card. It does have the special, like, different type of promo symbol you can kind of see right there, maybe. But very cool. I'm loving this card. I love the really detailed foil look. It's very mosaic and just very pretty looking. So I'm definitely into these cards. They did a good job. I wish that when they shipped them that they wouldn't like bend them so much. They just kind of throw things in the bag, and the different weird shapes of the toy cause these. Even with the cardboard, they do make an attempt to keep them nice, but even with the cardboard, they tend to get a little bent up inside the package. So maybe through trial and error, you can get a bag that hasn't been bent. But anyway, so that is the Pikachu card. And on to the actual toy itself. Again, this is toy number 5. Let's take a detailed look at Rayquaza here. Rayquaza is really cool. Of course, this is like snake-like, so you have a lot of things you can turn, a lot of articulation. You got that turns there. The base is rubber. It doesn't really, it bends, but it doesn't turn. In the middle here, this part turns. The little arms turn. And the head, of course, is connected, so that doesn't turn. Now, his gimmick, like all of them have like one little thing they do. And Rayquaza's little gimmick is you push the button here, and you can make the mouth do this. Yeah, so that's pretty much all he does. I do like the way he's real bendable. You can make him into like a little snake. You can send him different ways, and I think he will pass the stand test. Let's see here. Yeah, so you can stand him, which is good. Alright, always been a fan of Rayquaza. I'm happy to get that one. The next one, bag number 6. This is, of course, the Latios. And this one here is pretty cool. I think the gimmick in this one is a little better, the action thing. So we will take a look here together. Okay, again, if you haven't watched my video, there is a way you can actually get the Hoopa at home. I've tested this theory. Basically, you program your home Wi-Fi or your cell hotspot Wi-Fi to be the same as McDonald's. And when your 3DS actually sees that, it will go ahead and say, oh, they deserve Hoopa. So they'll actually give you a Hoopa then. So you don't actually have to go to McDonald's to get the free Hoopa. If you're not sure about that, just watch my first video and second video in the series, and it explains the whole thing about how to get it. I believe the actual Wi-Fi part is in video number 2. But anyway, so Hoopa can be obtained without going to McDonald's. Now we'll take a look here at the card and see what we have in our second card for tonight. I'm really glad McDonald's is doing Pokemon toys. This is like one of the best toys they have all year long, I believe. Okay, let's see here. And I believe I do have this one already, but very cool once again. Very shiny, very nice looking. Awesome foil card, great promo. And it's a fairy type, and as you know, I'm making a fairy deck for a competitive play, and so I can always use extra fairy cards. And from a card standpoint, this isn't a bad basic. It has 70 hit points, which is pretty good for a basic card. The attacks are like okay. I mean, they're like low energy, tackle for 10, and roll off for 20, which all are pretty good. Retreat costs 2 energy, but what I really like is the fact that starting energy is 70, which is pretty decent actually for a basic Pokemon. So I may actually end up using this card in competitive play as long as it's not like on the blacklist. So anyway, we'll lay this down here, and we'll take a look at the Pokemon. Now this one here has a cool feature. Basically you have this like mouth projectile, kind of like one of those dinosaurs in Jurassic Park that spit, you know. If you guys, you know the name of that dinosaur? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that one. Basically he has like a thing, and I'm assuming this is some kind of projectile, not like a tongue or something. Although I guess it could be a big yellow tongue. But this one's really nice. It has no real articulation in the arms. It's very solid. Nothing really turns. But you got this great feature where it spits this thing. The whole thing itself actually feels quite heavy. It feels very good quality, like it's not going to break or whatever. And the button is kind of interesting. It's translucent, along with the spit or weapon is translucent too. So it looks like it almost could light up. I don't think it lights up. The eyes are bright red, which is fun, but they don't actually light up as far as I know. This is a little rubbery here. These parts here do bend, but everything else is pretty hard plastic. The ends bend a little bit. So anyway, we'll test this here and see if we can shoot one of these Pokemon. Let's see. All right, here goes. Oh, it did shoot. It actually shoots with a pretty good velocity. So anyway, that is that. But very cool Pokemon. I'd say this is one of my favorite ones from the new set. So we'll move on along here to the next one up. And the next one here is bag number 7. And bag number 7 is, of course, Hoopa, the Pokemon you can get. And I've actually added this to my main 6 in the Game Boy Pokemon I've been playing. So, well, Game Boy? I call it Game Boy. 3DS, new 3DS. So I believe this is good. I haven't actually used them a whole lot yet, but I have added them to my main little group. Alright, let's see what we got here. I'll pull him out. And they all have the same little sheath. There's really nothing different to this. But definitely check out that video. Oh, the card's all bent. No. Oh. Man, I wish McDonald's would do better about that. See how bent that card is? Watch, this is not a duplicate. This is probably one that I need since it's bent out. This is all the reason why you want to get more than, like, one. Alright. Continuing along. So bent. Okay. Maybe I can bend it back. And this one is a new one, I bet. Torchic. Yeah, I think I do not have this one. He's looking super happy there. I'm a big fan of chickens. I love chickens. Here on the island I live, we have lots of chickens all over the place. And chickens are pretty awesome little creatures, I have to say. And this is a great little card here. It's 60 energy, and it has Ember for 20, which is good. And 1 energy retreat cost, which is pretty decent. So, all in all, pretty good basic. Could have higher hit points. Pretty good attack, though. Good retreat cost. Not bad. Just wish it wasn't, like, so bent. Oh, no. I'm sure I'll get another one out of one of these other bags. Alright, let's take a look at Hoopa itself, okay? Hoopa has a special plastic protective sleeve or whatever you want to call it, like a little thing. We'll throw that to the side. And Hoopa's looking very cool here, with some translucent plastic around the arms, which is really nice. It does come with a stand, so we'll definitely pass the stand test, which is good. The actual top part here, this does move his little, I don't know what you call that. Is that like a horn or something? Or is that a hat? I'm not sure. That it does move. You can actually put the hoop on that if you want to. And the arms, again, are bendy. They do spin a little bit, but they're really meant to just go back in place. The rest of this is all hard plastic, hard plastic, hard plastic. The base is hard plastic. And the little gimmick for this one basically is that there's a little notch in here, and this hoop, you can see, has like a little ring to it, like a little thickness difference, and so you can stick that in his hand, and he will actually hold the hoop, which is kind of cool. And then if you want, you could actually spin him back a little bit here. See how it's like spring loaded? You can spin him and throw the hoop. Well, maybe he doesn't want to throw the hoop. Alright, well that's kind of the idea. Oh, there we go. Wow, that was, okay. That wasn't bad. That was thrown, I think I like the shooting action of this spring loaded button pressing better than the pulling back spring side thing, but that's pretty cool all the same. All in all, it's a really great figure, and it's a cute little Hoopa, so I'm very happy to add this to my collection. And finally, we have probably the weirdest one of the bunch. Okay, number 8 is, of course, Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet. And there's a way you can actually get a pink Wobbuffet, a shiny one, in the new game, which, well, not really new, but the Alpha Omega. And I've not gotten it. I've been trying to get the pink Wobbuffet. I've not gotten it, but if you guys have got that shiny, let me know. Basically, I've heard you can get it from the single patch of grass, which is pretty cool. So just keep running back and forth through the Wobbuffet area that has this Pokemon. The single patch of grass, he seems to appear in there more. So anyway, let's go ahead and open this up. And again, this is 8 of 8. And in this particular one, let's see here. Go ahead and throw that away. This is, of course, the same Hoopa instructions. And we'll come back to this in a second. Let's go ahead and open up the card and see if it's one of the cards we need. And I'll show all my cards here at the end of the video so you can see the ones I have. I may not have a complete set from the original ones I opened, but of course I buy extras kind of for that reason. Also, extras sometimes do appear in my contests and giveaways. So, although the current giveaway, which is the 1,600 subscriber giveaway, is Amiibo and some other cool stuff, and it doesn't list a Pokemon, you never know. Like, I could toss one in or something. If not, I'm sure I'll be including some in some future giveaways. Alright, the card we have this time is... Oh, I needed this one. Awesome. Very shiny, looking good, and very straight. This is one of the best cards I got as far as not being all, like, bent. So, I'm very happy about that. Lotad, looking good, man, with beat for 20, 60 hit points, not bad. 1 retreat cost, not bad. All in all, very cool Pokemon. I like the artwork there. Very cool, and of course I like the foil. Very nice looking. Hopefully you can get a good look at that. almost like the water shimmers or something. So very cool. Okay, and taking a look at Wobbuffet itself. This is one of the more basic ones, but it's pretty fun, and I've always liked this character on the actual show. I need Team Rocket around here somewhere, I guess. But really cute. Definitely passes a stand test very nicely. And basically has this arm like that. There's a little lever back here. And you press this and he smiles. So, and salutes. So very cool. Just a fun little one. I like it though. And that is it, guys. I hope you enjoy seeing all 8 of these Pokemon. They're all cool. Let me know what you guys think is the best one of the bunch. If I had to pick, like if I could just have one of these out of all these, man, I'd probably take this just because this is really sweet looking. But I don't know. I mean, they're all really awesome. Like I like this one with a tail is really cool. I mean, you really can't go wrong with Pikachu ever. But they're all just really nice, and I'd recommend getting the whole set because they're not that expensive. And if you don't like eating the food, which I don't usually buy the food, I usually just buy the toys. The toys are like $1.90 or something. They're about $2 each with tax, you know, but that's cheaper. That's like half the price of the Happy Meal. So in a lot of cases, if you're not planning on eating the food anyway, it's probably better just to get like 2 toys for the price of 1 Happy Meal and have food that you don't want to eat or something, you know. But McDonald's food isn't bad, you know, in moderation. It's not healthy like some foods, but you know, like we've all kind of grown up eating McDonald's now and then, so there's nothing really wrong with it. So I'm definitely not like shaming people for eating McDonald's. I think it's quite delicious. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Be sure and check out the 1,600 subscriber giveaway. It'll be going on until January 1st, 2015. You can say enter me with your name in a hat for a chance to win some really cool prizes. And of course, you can check out the 1,600 subscriber giveaway video to see exactly what those prizes look like. And also be sure and check out my other toys. We have Tuxx Toys, of course, on Instagram with previews of upcoming videos. And then we also have Tuxx Reviews on YouTube, which is my miscellaneous channel of nonsense and just weird little things. You can see some of my earliest videos on there, actually. And then there's also Gamer Tuxx, which is an upcoming gaming channel that I'm developing, largely for Pokemon Go coming up next year. So you know I'm psyched about that. But there's probably some other gaming stuff on that channel too as time goes on. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye-bye.